Good evening, everyone. Am I audible? Those who are watching the session in YouTube, can you please confirm if I'm audible? Okay, we'll start the session. So basically, first we will see the exam pattern, which I'm sure all of you are aware of by now. You have already started preparing. So we'll see the pattern, how much marks is required for passing, and right now what topics you have to focus. Okay, so that is what we're going to check. So basically, here you are aware that the question paper is for 100 marks, which you are already aware of. 100 marks question paper, 3 hours. You will have time. Here, question number one is a compulsory question, which itself is for 40 marks. Any question, if you don't know here, you're losing it. You're losing that marks. Okay. So question number one is a compulsory question for 40 marks. Here, you will have usually, okay, whatever I have written here is a usual pattern. Not necessary that it will be same. Sometimes they'll change the pattern also. Okay. 8 sub-questions of 5 marks each will be asked in the main first question. I'll show you the question paper as well. You will have 8 sub-questions of 5 marks each, which is for 40 marks. Got it? Then we have 4 other questions. Each question is for 20 marks, in which usually there will be 4 questions of 5 marks each, total 20, or sometimes you will have 2 questions of 5 marks and 1 question of 10 marks. This you can see usually in the last question. Last question will be like this, fifth question. I'll tell they have asked 4 questions of 5 marks each in all these 4 questions from question number 2 to 5. And before that, in the last question, there will be one 10-mark question and 2 questions of 5 marks. This is a pattern that you can see in the exam paper. Now we will see what all topics you have to focus. See here. Question number one is compulsory. So question number one, you can see there are 8 sub-questions, A to H. Each one is for 5 marks. Okay. There are certain questions which compulsorily occurs every time. You need to focus on those questions for passing. And then you have 2 to 5. Question number 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 questions, each of which is for 20 marks. See, question number 2, you have A, B, C, D, each one for 5 marks. Same for question number 3, 4, and 5. Earlier, if you see 2 question papers before, question number 3 will have a 10-mark question. This last question will have a 10-mark question. See, question number 5, there are 2 5-mark questions and one 10-mark question. This is how always it was, but only last 2 question papers, they have not asked it like this. The same topic they have asked, a little bit simplified they have done, and they have asked it for 5 marks. And with one more question is there. So be ready for this type of question also, and the 5-mark question as well. So this is a usual pattern that you can see in the question paper, right? Now, what questions you have to prepare and what all topics you have to focus. Now, whatever topics I'm going to suggest you, it's not mandatory that you have to stick to these topics only. This is based on the observation. Okay, again, this can change this time. It's very unpredictable. If no question paper is unpredictable. So what you have to understand is that totally in all this together, you have to write for 100 marks, you have to write 20 questions, right? Each question is for 5 marks. So you have to answer 20 questions to get 100 marks. Out of this 20 questions, we can easily predict around 10 questions, 10 to 12 questions, you can predict what questions you're going to get. Not the values, but the topics. You can predict based on the previous year question papers. If you surely prepare for that, and you should also learn whatever topics, other topics are easy for you, that also you should be learning in order to pass and all pass with good marks, good decent marks in this exam. Now, what are the things you should definitely focus on? Mathematical induction. 1 to 2 questions you will get of 5 marks each. Usually, one question is in the compulsory question section. The other question will be in second or third question. That's how you're going to get always. So you can see here the question papers. See this, show that n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 is a multiple of 6 for every natural number n. This is nothing but a question of mathematical induction. Okay, this is in June 2023. This is a mathematical induction question. One question in compulsory section, which is the first question number. In question number 1, you will have one question of mathematical induction. Again, you may have one more question in the see here also you have question number 2 also you have one question on mathematical induction. Is it clear? So one question you will definitely get. Sometimes you will get 2 questions. Now how to solve these questions, right now I'm not going to explain because already it is clearly explained in the just a second, let me show you. Go through the channel, go for playlist. Under playlist, you can see IGNOU exam series for BCA, MCA, and PGDCA here. Okay. This one, if you select, see mathematical induction, there is one video of 17 minutes. You can see mathematical induction, one video of 17 minutes where I have explained the concept, steps I have explained. Okay, step by step I have explained, which you have to go through. And apart from that, see, there is one more question on mathematical induction. This is a common topic for MCS-012 also. It's 11 minutes video where I have solved one of the most repeated previous year questions. And I think one more also is there. One more video is also there on mathematical induction. So please go through that. Okay. I'm not going to explain the concept. It's very easy. You have to first go through that topic. So you will definitely get 1 mark for sure. You may get 2 marks. As I told you, you may get 2 marks. Okay. So here, minimum you will get 5 marks. Suppose you're getting one question, you will get 5 marks. If by chance you get 2 questions, you can score 10 marks just from this topic. 5 to 10 marks. 5 marks is 100% sure. Maybe you can get 10 marks also if you're getting 2 questions. Matrices and determinants is something you should definitely not miss because the very first question in your question paper is from determinants or matrices. See here, the first question, very, very simple question. You have to just show it is given a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus b square. You have to find what is a and b. Okay. So this is just addition and multiplication you are doing. So there is one question on matrices and you will have one question on determinants. Okay. That is in the first question. And then solving simultaneous equations will be given. See here, you have solving simultaneous equations. See, these are simultaneous equations. They can ask you, there are 2 methods to solve this. One is Cramer's rule. One is matrix inverse method. Let me list the topics so you can make a list of them. Mathematical induction, you know what type of questions you get. You can focus on that. Under matrices and determinants, what all topics you have to study? For practice, you can just solve the previous year question papers under this topic. So you should know how to solve determinant problem by using properties. Solving determinant using properties. This is very much repeated question. Most repeated is this. Okay. And then under matrices, you learn matrix multiplication. Among these two, you're going to get one question in question number one, the compulsory question. Among these two, one question you're going to get in question number one. Okay. And then you have solving simultaneous equations. You will have three equations given. You have to solving simultaneous equations. You need to find value of x, y, z. In this, there are two methods. One is Kramer's rule, very easy. For Kramer's rule, again, you have to solve using determinant only. And then you have matrix inverse method. It's called just matrix method, inverse method, or matrix inverse method, all are same. Okay. These two methods, among these two, anyone you will get. So this will usually come in question 2 or question 3. Usually in question 2 only, you will get question 2a, you will get this. Kramer's rule or matrix method you will get for 5 marks. So two questions definitely you will get. Sometimes in question 1, you will get one or two questions. You will get one determinant question, one matrix multiplication question also. In question 1 itself, you will get A and B, two questions will be from this topic. In question number 2 or 3, you will definitely get one of this, Kramer's rule or matrix inverse. Sometimes they'll just ask you to find the inverse of the given matrix, which is nothing but except last two steps. If you use this, that is your inverse method. You will understand when you go through the topics. Now, in this, if you're focusing, you cannot just focus on one question always, because when you're focusing on these questions, you can't just write that one particular problem you can't solve. You need to understand the entire concept. So under matrices and determinants, these are the things you have to learn. Two questions, definitely you will get. Sometimes you will get three questions. Is this clear? So here at least 10 marks you can score. And maybe if you get three questions, you can score 15 marks. Next is progressions. Progressions is easy. AP and GP, arithmetic progression and geometric progression. Harmonic progression is nothing but reciprocal of arithmetic progression. Nothing new there to learn. But harmonic progression questions are very rare. GP is also rare. AP is very, very important. Okay, AP is very, very important. You will definitely get two questions. One question in the compulsory section, which is question number 1. Other question in the remaining part. Okay, two questions you will get under progressions. You will get 10 marks from this chapter. Again, see, this is not official blueprint of the question paper. Okay. It's based on the observation. They might not even ask progressions this time. So that happens in IGNO. IGNO exam paper is full of surprises. But mostly this is how you will get. There can be slight changes because see, if you have time, if you're good in maths, you should actually prepare everything. But if you are having less time and if you have to know right now what topics I should focus on, then these are the topics that you should first focus and then learn the remaining things. Equations. Equations is very easy. I don't want you to miss on this at all. Under equations also, you will get two types of questions. Let me show the types of questions that you can expect. One question under compulsory question you will get. See here. Solve the given equation. A cubic equation is given that roots of the equation are in AP. Solving this, you can watch the revision videos over here. See, it's all explained. They have explained quadratic equations, cubic equations also. All these videos are there. Inequalities are also there. Each of them, it's around 40 minutes, 1 hour video. If you have already purchased our recorded video lectures, in that you will have in detail. Suppose you haven't, then some of the topics are there here in the playlist. You can go through that. So here, if you observe, you have one equation, which is a cubic equation. They have given roots are in AP. Sometimes they'll give roots are in GP. So this is one equation problem based on equations. And then you will have one equation based on nature of roots. There is a topic which also I have explained. This one. If roots are in AP, show that 2b square minus ABC, this equation is equal to 0. See one more equation of um, cubic equations, I mean equations. So you have one equation, one question here and another question here. You will definitely get two questions, okay, from equations chapter. Quite easy. You have learned it in your high school itself. Just see how to solve the problems and what is the concept. Here you will get definitely two questions for which you can score 10 marks. Inequalities. Inequalities is super easy. Okay. You will get one or two questions of 5 marks. And then linear programming problem. Both these are same concept. Okay, same concept. Inequalities, very easy to solve. I have solved that also in the playlist. See here, you can see one video, 1 hour, 20 minutes it is. Inequalities, you can go through that. In that itself, in that video itself, I have solved a problem of linear programming problem also. Linear programming problem, you will get only one question. Solving is done using inequalities. Usually, all these years they used to ask for 10 marks, but now from the past two exams, they're asking it for 5 marks. And they have reduced it the length of the problem. Say, for example, this one. This is of LPP, linear programming problem. Okay, linear programming problem. You have to frame inequalities here. You have to frame equations and then solve. Like this, if they give, it will be for 10 marks. Mostly you might get like this because this is how they have been giving all these years. But right now, since they have modified the type of the question that they're asking, they are giving a question of this type. They're giving question like this. So here you have a set of instruction inequalities, and for 5 marks you have to solve this. Now I showed you the 10-mark problem, which is like a paragraph. From that paragraph, you have to frame equations like this. Again, how to frame? I have explained in this inequalities video. I have explained. In this inequalities video, I have explained. You can go through that. And if you have the access to the app for recorded lectures, you can watch that. I have explained with a lot of examples. It's quite easy to convert that paragraph into this inequalities. It is easy. Concept is very simple for solving. Once you know inequalities, how to solve. See, this is an inequality problem. Inequality problem of 5 marks. This is under question 1, okay, under compulsory section. If you know how to solve this, same concept you will solve here also with a little bit additional steps. And this will be asked for 5 or 10 marks. If it is asked for 10 marks, they won't give inequalities like this. A big paragraph will be given out of which you have to frame the inequalities, which is very, very simple. Probably Monday evening or tomorrow afternoon also, I will take a session where I will solve some questions. Okay. Or if you find any questions, if you want me to explain the solutions to certain questions, you can send it to me in WhatsApp. I believe all of you are in the WhatsApp group already. So send it to the WhatsApp number. I will solve those questions tomorrow. But right now, what I am doing is just explaining you what topics to focus and what type of questions you can expect. Okay. See, this question is also from AP, arithmetic progression. Find sum of all integers between 100 to 1000 that are divisible by 9. So if the numbers are divisible by 9, all the numbers will have a difference of 9. And it is from 100 to 1000. You need to know what is the first number that is divisible by 9 and last number which is less than 1000 divisible by 9, and use SN formula of AP to solve this. It's quite a very, very simple problem. See, all the questions that you have are simple. But the problem is that there are so many concepts for you to learn. Okay. So where are we? So these two are very simple, not too much of simplification. I don't want you people to lose this because you will definitely get 15 to 20 marks from this. This one under compulsory section, one question. Sometimes they'll ask one more question later on. And linear programming problem, you will 100% get this. Usually they used to give for 10 marks. Nowadays they're giving for 5 marks. So one question under here. Complex numbers will be asked in question 1. In compulsory question, it will be asked. And focus on De Moivre's theorem. Again, easy, De Moivre's theorem. I have made a video on complex numbers also in the channel. Go through that. Just focus on De Moivre's theorem for complex numbers. One question you will get of 5 marks, which is in question number 1. It's not in the later questions so that you can leave it on choice. Since it's in question number 1, if you don't know this, you're losing that 5 marks. Okay. So you get exactly one question for 5 marks. Please go through that. Just focus on previous year question papers and solve complex number problems given in the question papers. That is enough. See here, you have a problem. Quite simple. And then that was June 2023. See here also, you have a complex number problem here. See, write De Moivre's theorem and use it to find I plus root 3 whole power 3. Quite simple concept it is. So that is exactly one question you will get, not more, not less. Application of derivatives. I don't know how many of you are have started learning differentiation. If you have not learned differentiation, then this thing you can skip because you need quite some time and practice to learn differentiation. You will definitely have questions on maxima and minima. It's easy, but you should know differentiation. If you know differentiation, if you have already learned a little bit of it, then you can easily learn this problem. But if you don't know differentiation at all, right now, I don't think you will have enough time to prepare for that, maxima and minima. Or they might ask the rate of change of area, rate of change of radius, such kind of question. Again, this comes under question number 1 itself, a compulsory question it is. Suppose if you're not learning this, you're losing that 5 months. Vectors, if you find it easy, vectors, you need to know the concepts, when to use which method. Simplification is not actually difficult. So it depends on you. Some people don't like vectors. I personally don't like vectors, but it is easy. So if you're able to learn it, then you will definitely get 2 marks, 2 questions, one in compulsory question and one later on. So that will give you 10 marks. So there are so many topics in your syllabus. These topics right now, if you focus, minimum marks you can expect is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 65. This many questions, questions of this much marks you're going to get. And 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 80. This is 85 marks. You will get questions for 120 marks, out of which you are attempting for 100 marks, right? You're having questions for 120 marks and you're attempting for 100 marks. In this 120 marks, 65 marks, which is 50% of the questions, is very much predictable. Sometimes, luckily, if you have prepared only these topics, what if you get questions for 85 marks? You need 40 for passing, right? So don't study only for 50 or 40 marks because what if from the topic you have got a lengthy question, twisted question? So prepare for all these topics right now. And then you can go ahead. Like I told you, application of derivatives, if you're not very sure, maybe you can skip that. But then you should be very strong in other topics. Make sure you solve previous year question papers, problems from previous year question papers under these topics. Okay. And any topic in math, the problem with math is that any topic that you learn in math, you cannot only solve the previous year question paper. Now, if you have to solve this De Moivre's theorem problem, first you need to know what is complex number, what is the standard form, how to solve, what is the real part, what is the imaginary part, what is modulus of a complex number, what is the polar form of it, all that you need to know. So do not blindly solve the questions. Focus on this. Maybe you can take a screenshot of this. You can watch it later as well. Once you take this chapter, learn the concept, solve problems from previous year papers. Matrices and determinants, learn the concept first, then solve problems from easy to difficult level, and then take the questions from previous year's question papers. You can, for solving problems, don't randomly watch some YouTube videos. Watch understand the concept and example problems in your material you learn. Okay. Learn from your example problems in the material because there you have question plus solutions as well. Then you take previous year question papers and solve it. You can verify your answers with the study material itself. In study material, you have for all the exercise problems, you have the solutions at the end of the chapter. You will not get any question which is not there in the study material. It's all from the worked examples and the exercise problems. Half out of 120 marks, slightly less than half will be from solved examples only from your study material. But again, the actual difficulty is that there are lots of topics to study. Okay, so focus on these topics first. See the question type that you're getting from the previous year question paper. I have already shared this PDF with you. Just in case you have not saved it earlier, you don't have to search for it. I will share right now, immediately after the session, I will share. Okay. Solve the questions from previous year question papers. That way you will know, see in this particular paper, December 23, determinant problem is there for 5 marks, first one. Matrix problem is also there. They've also asked matrix inverse, that is linear equations, I told you, right? Two methods you will get, Kramer's rule and matrix inverse method. They've asked matrix inverse. So 15 marks you're getting in from matrices and determinants in this question paper. That's how you need to prepare. Yes, now if you have any questions, you can ask. Those who are attending live in Zoom, you can unmute and ask if you have any questions. And those who are attending live, put your questions in the comments. I'll answer your questions. Okay, people who are attending in Zoom, have you prepared all these topics?
We are going on these topics already. Try.
Okay, great.
Practicing the previous questions.
Fine, fine. Any question, if you're not able to understand, please let me know. Send me a message in WhatsApp. I'll help you out in solving. Yes. Others, those who are attending in Zoom, like if you have questions, you put it in the group. Okay. I'll even take doubt clarification sessions every day, like 1.5 hour I can take. Live sessions I can take. Let me know if you require any help in any of the topics. Okay.
Sure.
Yes, those who are attending in YouTube, any questions? How's the preparation? Which of these topics do you find it very difficult? Or start learning? I'll share the previous year question papers. If you are still not in the WhatsApp group, description is there. In the video description, I think group link is there. You can join. If not, Telegram link is also there. You can get the WhatsApp group link from the Telegram channel also. I'll share this question paper. Based on the topics given, solve the previous year question papers for practice. Many questions are like same type of questions are repeating. Any particular question type, if you find it very difficult to solve and if you want me to explain, please send that in the WhatsApp. Okay. And I'll take a live session maybe tomorrow or day after. Your exam is on Thursday. So tomorrow or day, no, maybe not tomorrow. I'll try. You just send me and based on the convenience I'll take. And these sessions will anyways be available in YouTube live so that just in case you're not able to attend live, you can even watch it later.
Yeah.
Right. So in this topics, I think mathematical induction is the first topic I told you people to study. Matrices and determinants, are you good at this?
Yep.
How about Ashwini, Deepa? Minimum how many question papers we have to solve? Not like minimum this many. Try to solve as many as possible because see the variations are there. Like if you solve 5 question papers, 5 years means 10 question papers you will have, right? So in this, I have in this PDF itself, you can see June 2024. From June 16 it is there. Um, 18 to 216, 17 question papers are there in the PDF that I am sharing. Once you're very confident about one topic, you don't have to see this particular question. It is repeated so many times, this question B. It's repeated so many times. So when you are going through previous year question papers, if there is a topic which you are very familiar with, no need to solve many. If you are not very confident with the concept, then solve all those questions from the previous year's paper. Because as I told you, since you're not doing complete all topics preparation, whichever topics you are learning, make sure you know perfectly in that. So that see, matrices and determinants, you have planned to score 10, 15 marks in this. Now, I would want you to solve all the previous year questions from that paper, from that PDF, so that any question that comes in exam on this Thursday, you should be able to answer. And since you have planned for 10 marks from this chapter, you should be getting that. Okay, so focus on topics and solve all the previous year. Yes. Next, any other question? Those who are attending live, in case you want to comment, I think you will have to subscribe. That's all. Just that is to avoid spam. We have done that. You need to subscribe and then you'll be able to send message in chat, in live chat. Linear programming problem, have you solved it? Akram, Ashwini?
Yeah, I just gone through by one or two problems which you have done in the video.
Okay, fine. It's actually very easy and 100% definitely you're going to get this. So do not miss that. Inequality is also quite simple for solving. Not too many steps. Your probability of you doing mistakes is less in inequalities. So just focus on that. AP and GP, too many variations are there in the questions. So you'll have to solve many problems. Again, previous year question papers you can solve. You need little confusion. You have little confusion in drawing the graph. I'll tell you. So whatever difficulties you're facing, whatever confusions you're having when you're watching either the YouTube live videos or the recorded lectures that you have from the course that you have purchased, send me a message in WhatsApp. So in next live session, I will clear all those doubts. I'll take specific questions of that type and I will clear your doubts. Okay, anything else?
Little difficulty in this limits and all. Just
Limits.
yeah.
Limits are derivatives, right?
Yeah.
That is slightly, a tough topic. If you want to learn, again, these videos also, I think in the recorded lectures also, I've taken it to the end, towards the end only.
Yeah.
So if you solve the questions, in case any particular questions, if you're not able to understand, send me those questions. I'll help you out in solving those.
Yeah.
Limits, the problem with limits is there are too many varieties of questions. And for each variety, a different formula you have to apply.
Yeah.
So you need to remember a lot of formulas. Integration is actually very easy. Even without learning differentiation and limits, you can learn integration. Just in case if you people have time, you can focus on integration also. Without differentiation also, you can independently learn integration. Cramer's rule, GP sum. This cube root of unity is something that keeps repeating again and again. So maybe you can have a look at that also. Inequality, definitely you will get one question under question number 1, and the linear programming problem later for 10 marks. Vector problem, usually they'll ask angle between, shortest distance between kind of questions, and check whether these vectors are coplanar or not. This kind of questions you will get under vectors. Under vectors, the concepts are very limited, but if you can understand this unit vectors and all that, you can go through that. And again, as I told you, this is a proof. This one is a proof which is there in your material. It is already solved. You can learn. This is also very much repeated, this question. It's like a derivation. If you can understand that, it's actually useful in learning because it's quite repeated. Anything else? Looks like
So,
no questions from the live viewers.
thank you.
Yeah. Okay, then. So these are the topics that are most important. Please go through them as per the topic list I have mentioned. Any help required, please let me know. I will take live sessions and I'll help you out learning the concept.
Thank you.
Okay, see you all in the next session. Bye bye.
Thank you.